Hey guys, welcome back to another nail tutorial. This time I have the tutorial for this sweet snowflake design, and I'm using two OPI polishes for this design. One is one of my favorite winter picks this year, and it's the color that keeps on giving. It's a gorgeous pearly pink, and it's very feminine. I really love this color. Each season I pick 10 polishes and do a nail design for each one, and this is my design for this one. I'm also using this white, which is Alpine Snow by OPI. So I started off with a good base coat, and then I put 2 coats of white on my middle finger, and then the rest of my fingers I have 2 coats, well actually 3 coats of the color that keeps on giving. It's not quite fully opaque, but it builds up really beautifully. And then for the detailing, I'll be using this white acrylic paint. It's just a little bit easier to use. It doesn't dry as quickly as polish, so I like to use it. And then I'll be using this daisy brush, my midi brush, for the detailing. So I'm going to dip into my acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint one line down at the bottom. I'm going to do a bigger snowflake, and then I'm going to make that an X. And then I'm going to do another line in between that X and one the other direction in between as well. And then after I've done that, I'm going to do this little tiny one at the top. It didn't turn out as thin as I want it, but that's okay. It still turns out pretty cute when you get all the dots and finer details on it. Okay, once I'm done with that, I'm going to dip in with my dotting tool. This is a medium-sized dot, and I'm going to do a dot at the end of each one of those little lines. And when I get to the smaller snowflake, I'm going to flip my dotting tool around to the size that's a little bit smaller than that, just because it's a smaller snowflake. Okay, now coming back with my detail brush, I'm going to do these little arrows on each line in between the dot and the center. So little arrows going up, so one up and the other side up, and that's just going to add really enough detail to make it look like a snowflake. And even if your lines aren't perfect, this is really what's going to make a difference. So you just want to be careful not to get it too thick and keep it as fine as you can. A trick to this is just dipping the end of your brush in that paint just a little bit. If you get too much on there, you're going to have a hard time working with it. So you just want to be careful with that. So once you're finished with that, you can go ahead and move on to the smaller snowflake as well. And then when you're finished, I like to go back and just fill in any spots that need filling in that weren't quite opaque, and just make it look straight on any areas that weren't so straight. Now I did go ahead and use this pink polish to do snowflakes on my white accent nail, and I'm not going to show that here. So you can do that, but honestly I prefer it just plain white, and I wish I would have just kept it white, but that's an option that you have. Okay, so with that same size dotting tool, I'm going to come and do just a few dots to make little tiny snowflakes in the background. And that's the final look. Make sure you let that dry. That acrylic paint is going to dry pretty quickly, so you shouldn't have to wait too long. And then apply your favorite Fast Dry top coat. I'm using Glisten and Glow, and that's the final look. I hope you guys like this. Please give me a thumbs up if you do, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.